Hello viewers, and welcome back to Darkest Dungeon. You know what, I've realized every time I start a video I do this little like head whip thing, because I'm looking at the preview monitor, right? And then I want to look over at my real monitor, and I do this like snap to the camera thing as though there was a camera in that direction, like I'm beginning a newscast or something. And honestly, I think it would look pretty good, except that you guys cannot see it at all. And I'm doing it for nobody. I'm doing it for myself. It feels a little silly, I'm not gonna lie. So what are we doing today? We're fighting bosses. I decided I'm gonna knock out these two bosses. We're gonna get that over with. So I don't have to try to keep some people at boss fighting level. So, Fulminating Prophet. This is not like an amazing reward, but this is an even less amazing reward. And frankly, none of the missions that we have available drop anything of interest. So we're just gonna do this, get this out of the way. Plus some gold. I did do a couple of missions. You can see we got some new XP. But also you'll notice that unlike usual, when I go and do some low-level missions, I don't have a ton of extra gold. And the reason I don't have a ton of extra gold is because the Nomad Wagon turned up. So we now have 3 sun rings. 2 of them are equipped on party members here. I managed to actually get a hold of some Brawler's Gloves, which is a trinket that I like quite a bit. So let's go. Let's kick this pig, huh? Yeah, that's a really weird phrase, and I don't know where I picked it up. I've been saying that since like middle school. Don't kick pigs. That's not a nice thing to do. Pigs are smart, empathetic creatures. I'm pretty sure. We're doing the ruins? What do I want in the ruins? I want some holy water. And bandages, I think, because we're gonna run into cultists and stuff. They're gonna make us bleed. All right, I believe that the ruins. Do I want to bring extra torches? I have 2 sun rings. Is it maybe worth bringing extra torches to ensure? Nah.
This raving creature had to be silenced, but doing so proved maddeningly impossible. How had he survived the stockades, the icy waters, and the knives I delivered so enthusiastically into his back? How had he returned time and time again to rouse the townfolk with his wild speculations and prophecies?
Also, I want to apologize. That sound that you perhaps hear in the background is not, in fact, an eldritch horror sloughing toward
the echoes
my
of
living
his
room TV.
mindless tittering reverberate maddeningly.
It's my dishwasher. It's in the other room. I thought it wouldn't be a big deal, but honestly, it's still still coming through a little loud. Anyway, so we have 2 objectives here, right? As always, but let's make sure that we are clear about this. Objective 1 is kill boss.
By foul invention.
Kill boss, complete mission, get XP. Objective 2 is make money. We need more money. You always need more money. So I am probably going to check these rooms, but not until after we fight the boss. Especially if we do manage to find a secret room, I'll be quite happy. By the way, a standard trap in the first hallway. Nothing to be concerned about. Happens all the time. So, I want to talk a little bit about the Darkest Dungeon, because now I've had a couple of embarrassing failures, and we need to come up with some kind of plan. And when I say we, of course I mean I. You guys, don't feel pressured. It's not a big deal. I got it under control, presumably.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
So what is the plan, though? What is the plan? You might be asking. If you have been paying attention at all, you're like, SB, how are you going to not just do the thing you did last time? Well, I'll tell you. One thing we have to consider is bleed resist. I hadn't really been thinking about it. I don't usually tailor specific resistances to specific situations.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
But it really might be worth getting some bleed resist. Well, I will consider some bleed resistance trainings. Probably somebody was shouting that at me, watching all my guys bleed to death slowly. Like, hey, you know, there's a way to avoid this, right? The other thing, of course,
The accursed champion falls.
the other thing, of course, is that I'm going to bring a plague doctor on the next run.
Success so clearly in view.
Nightly
Or
aura.
is it merely a trick of the light?
So that's pretty cool. That's an okay curio. We have a little bit of stress starting up here. In the ruins in particular, you have to be careful about your stress. I feel like there are a lot of stress casters here. Maybe that's not accurate. There's a lot of stress casters in the Warrens as well.
Press disadvantage. Give them no quarter.
But also, I think madmen are more common in the ruins, and so you don't want to be wandering around at high stress because you may encounter a madman, and that would be
Continually
really unfortunate.
onslaught.
Wow, that was nice.
Destroy them all.
So we'll mark him. This will strip his dodge, and also it'll make the highwaymen do a little bit of extra damage. It is way better to use Incision than it is to use Plague Bomb on things that will bleed. Especially since we've got our flowers. You know, I said I was gonna buff Pistol Shot, but we're just gonna really stack bleeds on this guy. So. Let's give do those flowers give crit chance? They don't. That's fine. Alright, so he is defeated. Everybody's in perfect health, but we are going to toss a heal out in the hopes of getting a crit and reducing some of this stress.
The bigger the beast, the greater the glory.
Also, I'm always a big advocate of letting enemies bleed to death, or blight to death, or, you know, whatever. And spending the time that you would spend attacking them instead, healing and doing other things. But attacking people is a good way to lower your stress, right? Especially if you're using a character that has high crit. Wow, we have a lot of fights on our way to the boss here. The boss room is this room, of course, if you don't know. On a boss mission, the boss room is always the room that is the furthest, the largest number of rooms from our starting position. Man, we may have to camp earlier than I was hoping just to keep Orlebar from freaking out. I do not want to go into a boss fight with one character already afflicted. To that end, screw her.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the
Man,
offensive.
point blank shot is like pretty okay. That said, I was hoping for a little more damage than that. Okay, good enough. She's down. As always, we just kind of ignore the bone conscript. I'm gonna spend some time here in the hopes of getting a
Death by
heal off. Alright.
Seize this momentum. Push on to the task's end.
So yeah, when we go back into the Darkest Dungeon, we're gonna make some. I'm gonna try to make some preparations. Alright, we we have one more fight that we know of on the path to the boss at least. And these guys are all, you know, fairly dangerous.
Masterfully executed.
Not bad, especially considering that guy has 33% prot. It's a little bit of a bummer though that it moved him all the way back there, because I would really like for him to be in the middle so that we could get good plague grenades off. Do I think it's going to take? No. I'm going to throw my my blade back here because I think that the Hellion is going to kill this guy in one hit. I believe that. Maybe I should have Weakening Cursed. I don't know. Actually, you know what? Let's do this. Okay. That wasn't so bad. And we resisted all the stuns. Ground Pound can actually do quite a bit of damage sometimes. Oh, almost. Okay, no crits. That's good. We're getting a little bit of luck. I'm not afraid to admit that. What am I at on stun chance? 129 plus 40. So actually really high. Yeah. Let's do that. That's as good as applying extra blight. Okay, so now that guy is dead. Let's focus up here. Oh, what a shame. Look at how badly we've split our damage. This is embarrassing. Don't do this. Don't have everybody at low health. Don't go into turn 3 with all of the enemies alive. That's failure. Strategic failure. When I say strategic failure, it kind of sounds like I'm saying a failure that we wanted to make happen. But that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that we failed at strategy.
Slowly, gently. This is how a life is taken.
I don't know if that's really that gentle. You open it. I suppose we probably should have had the Plague Doctor do it, because that way when we go into that fight we could have led with Battlefield Medicine. No, we couldn't have. I didn't bring Battlefield Medicine because we're in the ruins. That's right. Battlefield Medicine is a really powerful skill, but it's less necessary in the ruins than it is in other places because there aren't as many enemies that bleed in blight. We're just gonna go ahead and stay at high torch. I'm gonna not even bother letting the torch burn down. We still have 5 torches and our campfire. We found a lot of extra light this mission. Alright, screw you guys. And I guess screw you, Bone Consequence. That feels unnecessary. What was that, twice his health? Oh, what a shame. I maybe should have just had him heal himself. Especially since I intend to attack this guy instead of the archer, because I don't want to have to deal with the extra stress. Ooh, minimum damage. Okay, well, it turns out probably not to matter. Yeah.
The slow death.
Oh, you know what? I forgot to,
Unforgiving.
I forgot to look into camp skills. Okay. Okay, Paris, hold it down.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
Yeah, we're not going to use this anti-venom. Heirlooms are not of tremendous value to me, but that anti-venom I'm pretty sure is of no value. Oh, but it looks like we may be dropping these crests. Yep. Alright, do we get a scout? We do. Excellent. Nothing is more valuable than information. Basically ever. Not just in this video game, but also in life. Yeah, I don't care about that. You know what? I don't need portraits as badly as I need crests. I think I just did that thing again, where I'm now going to throw those out immediately. Eh. Hey. Actually, I'm not going to rearrange them again because I don't want him in front for the boss fight. The boss fight does not need to start with a point blank. Okay, that's annoying. But we're gonna camp so as to apply buffs and stuff.
A spark without kindling. It's a goal without hope.
Alright, so clean guns is something I would really like to do. Revel is a lot less good than it used to be. It's a lot of stress, right? And it does have minus 10% stress damage. 2 speed isn't a huge amount. We're not going to be using it here. I'm just talking about it in general. I don't know. It's alright, I guess. Does anybody have any annoying diseases they would like cured? No. I feel like I basically never get to use the Plague Doctor's disease thing. We are going to do this. I just don't want to deal with nighttime ambushes. You know what we don't have a lot of is stress relief, actually. Well, we're going to do clean guns. And then that leaves us with 5 time units left. So, sharpen spear and encourage one bar. Yeah, Aklergav Shtarm. Man, are she and the occultist from the same place, maybe? Speak that weird Lovecraftian Eldritch language? That one word started with VSHT. There's not even any vowels in that part. Yeah, we're all ready. And nobody has posture issues. That's good.
In Radiance, may we find victory.
Listen, posture's important, okay? It's not really about fighting fighting ability, although I do guess it would probably be harder to swing this like Bardiche thing she has if you have bad posture. But it's about intimidation. If you don't look confident, the enemy's gonna think you're not confident. Alright, a frothing madman. Well, he goes first. Oh, I probably should have rearranged the party and had. Oh, that's frustrating. Here, we'll do this. This will kill the madman, and it'll buy us some time on the bone veteran. Wow. Okay. Good work. Good work there. Okay, well, this occultist has definitely earned a place in my heart. You know, depending on how this goes, we may only take... That might be the only attack we take this whole combat. Depending on how initiative rolls here. Well... We have almost a full stack of torches.
Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
That's true. Let's not assume we've won, because I've had a couple of dizzying
Man
falls.
hides there, behind the pews, spouting his mindless drivel.
Okay. So, I didn't bring a Houndmaster, but it can be pretty valuable to bring a Houndmaster here, because dodge tanking is really powerful here. When I say dodge tanking, what I mean is using a guard skill on somebody and having the person who used the guard skill have high dodge. It's particularly effective with Houndmasters because their guard skill gives them a dodge buff. But when you have the guard skill, you jump in front of the attacks aimed at the person that you guarded, but the attack is then resolved completely against you, against the guarding character, and so the guarding character can dodge it. And dodge tanking can be really effective against this falling ceiling thing that he likes to do. Also, this fight starts with 3 pews in front of the prophet. The pews basically don't really do anything except make it hard to hit him. If you brought characters who can't hit past the front row, lepers and crusaders are particularly bad in this fight. But each pew that you kill does drop a loot item at the end of the fight. So I'm gonna start by trying to get the boss down. But when he gets low, we may take a moment and fight the pews.
Devastating blow.
For extra money, because we do want to get paid here. I don't think it's worth marking him. We don't benefit from the mark enough for that to be worthwhile. Sadly, the blight will not affect the pew. We're still going to obviously blight the heck out of him. His blight resistance is extremely poor. 11 is minimum damage, by the way. So that's annoying, and it stunned both of them. It actually worked. And that's what happens. The rubble comes down where the red line was. So the damage output of this boss is fairly slow and pretty predictable, but he does have a lot of stuns. Also, he throws up on people. Alright, so you... Well, that wasn't very high. And here it comes. Oh! Our cultist does have 30 dodge. A vision. Something falling. What do you know about it? It's not even affecting you.
Powerful blow.
Yeah, I really showed that pew who's boss.
Precision and power.
Alright, that 23.5% crit rate is really starting to come through. 3? 3's not very high. There you go, 21. 21's a number. Okay, here comes the rubble. Ouch. So that's 2 people at death's door,
True test.
and us with only 1 heal.
Or expire.
Fortunately... Okay. Alright. This is okay. Because the light is attached to the position in the party, not to the character. So, we can do this and get her out of the way. Sadly, what's his stun resist chance is 120? I think I might go for blinding gas. It would be really nice if he didn't get another action. Okay. Now our occultist needs to heal himself. Or do I just want to move him? Yeah, let's just... him being at 0 is such a bummer. Because his heal has a chance of healing for 0, I moved him rather than...
Impressive.
moved him rather than take the chance that he would get one. Alright. This guy has 18 health. This feels a little silly. But we may as well get some value while we're moving him out of the way. Alright.
Is a tenuous proposition.
And now that moves. Okay. Okay. The fight is over, though. That's frustrating. It's a good idea to bring a Vestal to this fight for that reason, or to bring a second healer so that you can pull 2 people off of death's door. Would I rather have my occultist or my highwayman in the position? Probably the highwayman. I know we don't have a high-level highwayman, though. It may not matter, right? The occultist's heal could actually work for a change. we're going to leave our highwayman in. And then we're going to... Oh, that's right. You can't even heal from here. Oops. Well, good luck, buddy.
A singular strike.
Upgrade for 3. That attack did 2 to 3 damage. I was hoping to get the... Oh, okay. Killing him dying removes the things. Alright, so...
A trifling victory,
He dropped a focus ring.
but a victory nonetheless.
These are the trinkets belonging to our Hellion, so he just straight up dropped a focus ring. That's nice. And yeah, these are worth $12.50. It's not like tremendous. I think, that being the case, that we are not going to go back and try to get extra treasure. So let's drop supplies. Yeah, and let's just go home. Well, that was embarrassing. What a silly way to lose a person. I believe that was my highest level Hellion, too. Because our actual high level Hellion died earlier. We got out of there with some crests. We got a couple of busts, which is fine. You know, we don't actually have all of our town buildings complete. Plus 16 resolve XP. Oh! When you fail a run in the darkest dungeon, is it not... I may have misinterpreted the message. I thought that it just gave double XP to whatever your next mission was. But does it like put an invisible buff on everyone who's currently in the hamlet to give them double XP on whatever they do next? Because we haven't brought Poe out in a long time. He might have... Okay. That might be what's happening there. Well, rip Paris. We have so many dead now, you guys. This is...
I remember days when the sun shone and laughter could be heard from the tavern.
This is embarrassing. It's embarrassing how many people I've allowed to die. I do want to hire a new Hellion to replace our dead Hellion, so... The stagecoach is finished, right? Yeah, okay, so we have actual no more use for deeds. We've upgraded everything that can be upgraded with deeds. Okay, well... 2 focus rings now. That was nice. We got an extra book of sanity, which we probably won't need, but it's not a terrible thing to have. Like I said, 3 sun rings. That's pretty great. And brawler's gloves I'm happy about. Alright, well, that was a qualified success. A partial. That's not very compelling. So come back next time on Darkest Dungeon when we maybe run a red. That's... Oh, man, that's not great either. Well, this is a good trinket. We could go for this. Long reds are scary. But this might be the way to go. Even though we don't need deeds anymore. We do need 15,000 gold. You never have enough gold. Huh. That's not that great. So yeah, join us next time on Darkest Dungeon when we do a long run. Maybe this one, honestly, just to sell the tough ring, because that's pretty good value. And we'll see you then.